All right, guys. So we are live on YouTube now. So again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're joining us. This is Top Tier Study Abroad Consults. My name is Dr. Boache, and we are live and ready to start this meeting. Again, please, if you've not been called, please try as much as possible to mute yourself. I still hear people, so mic are still on. Please make sure that you are we are really muted so that we would not have to mute you, and that might disrupt the whole process. So please make sure you are muted, you don't talk back. And if you are kicked out of the room, we have our Zoom link. So Annette, if you don't mind, please put in the Zoom link. You just have to Google Top Tier Study Abroad Consults and you see that we are live. Again, you just need to log in and then you will see that we are live. All right. Just go to YouTube and then hit Top Tier Study Abroad Consult. So again, we've hit 100. This Zoom can only contain 100. If you try to get back in and you are not able to do so, please try and log in via YouTube and then you can watch us. So without much ado, I'll straight go ahead and introduce our guest for today, Mr. Adolf Quason. You would, Adolf, you show your video and then everyone can see you. And please introduce yourself and we can start.
All right, thank you. I hope everybody can see me and hear me loud.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Also, I hope everybody is okay with English.
Yeah, I think so. I bet so.
All right. So I am Adolf Quason, and I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics education. And currently, I'm in the University of Findlay in the USA, Ohio. As you can see from the background, I don't think you will see it very clearly, but I'm on campus, currently pursuing Masters of Science in Environmental Safety and Health Management. And I must say, one of the courses in USA that has 100% job placement. And the 100% job placement I'm talking about is not just theoretical, but very practical. When you come to the school, I mean the university, you'll be given an email or an Outlook where all the correspondences and then communication on the campus will be channeled through. And I'll be there and then see or hear a notification. I will go there and there's actually a job posting that's they advertising this job and these are the qualification. If you are interested, you apply. And clearly, after graduating, I'll be qualified for the job. So I am only limited because I'm in school. They have been posting job and I've seen more than 10 jobs posted already, and they are very, very big jobs. So that's what I mean by the only program in the USA. Among about, I think we have 3 in this school: business analytics, and then applied security. They are very hot cake in the USA here. I don't want to waste time much on that, and we will just plunge into the business of the day. My duty today is to discuss with you few topics or few matters of concern, which we have the application process, the scholarship processes, the visa applications, the visa mock interview, traveling to Sierra Leone, I mean the experience, versus the D-Day experience with the consular, I mean the interview day, taking your flight to USA, airport pickup, finding somewhere to put your head or rest, and then finally studying in the USA. And I hope I'll be very, very brief in that to give you more chance for questions and then other comments. I must say in the first place that Top Tier is a very professional consortium or consult. And I mean professional because when I was first introduced by my friend who is in Florida now, that, hey, in fact, I heard about top tier consults in Kumasi, but Africans, we always doubt before we believe. So he didn't actually give an ear to them. He didn't trust it. And then when he came to Florida, he saw Dr. Boachi pick students from airports. And it was not once, it was not twice. I said, hey, this thing is for real. So he called me and then told me that, Adolf, I know you got everything to study in the US. I mean, your grade point is okay. You are still active, sharp, and everything. So I would want you to go to top tier, chat with them, and then see how they can help you. And since I got in contact with the top tier, I've seen that professionalism in it. And I just give them kudos and then ask them to continue the good work that they are doing. At least I've seen so many people being helped through top tier. So the professionalism came to being that we see, I just mentioned about 10 topics that I'll be talking on. And almost the top 3 topics, I was kind of pampered in it. I mean, the application process, the scholarship process, and the visa process. I was actively working for a company, and I was very, very busy from 8 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 7 p.m. And so I hardly get time to follow up the process. And top tier led the way, did everything, applying to the universities, making sure they are secured admission in the school, worked on my F1 or I-20 forms, as well as all the visa applications. The date they picked for me, they scheduled my day, everything. So the first 3, can you hear me? Hello,
yes, Quincy, you can go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, so I was pampered in them. So they have processed my application, and I am not fully on scholarship. I'm partially on scholarship, but there are so many programs that you can do to get a full scholarship, and not only in these universities. We have so many universities in this United States. I remember they applied 3 universities for me. I got admission into 2 universities, and finally I rested in the University of Findlay, where I am now doing my course in environmental science or management. Okay, so without much ado, we go straight to the visa mock interview. When you're about to go this time round to top tier, being professional, they will make sure you are very, very prepared for the interview. And the interview it actually needs the grace of God, I must confess. Actually needs the grace of God. But apart from the grace of God, you kind of have to put in a little effort. All the experience I had in the traveling abroad process, I think the most critical, and then the one that you can channel all of your energy into, is the mock, the interview session with a consular, because that is the turning point. When you go under 1 minute, your life will change, either for positive or for negative. So I would recommend that those who are interested and then would want to proceed in the process to, in fact, channel all their concentration in the interview, and then leave the rest to top tier. They are very good professionals, and then they will do the job for you. And so the mock interview, when I went to Sierra Leone, okay, so let me skip and then go to traveling to Sierra Leone so that the conversation will flow. When I got the interview date, first on 26th April, my I-20 had not come, so I was still waiting, and then it was quite impossible for me to go for the interview on 26th. So finally, Top Tier worked around the clock to reschedule my interview date on 4th of May. So on the 4th of May, I have to travel to Sierra Leone because Ghana, there is no interview dates. And then I learned from the website that they will open interview dates in 2025. So come hot May, those who will be going for the interview will 1 or 2 ways travel to nearby countries for their interviews, whether Ivory Coast, Gambia, or maybe Sierra Leone. And so we have to prepare for that. So when I was going there, my interview was on Wednesday, and then I had to leave Ghana on Sunday to Sierra Leone. As you can see, I told you that you have to channel all your energies, attention, everything into the interview process, meaning you have to start preparation way long before you attend the interview. But let me sound a good question here, that with Top Tier, it doesn't matter the length of day that you will prepare for the interview. I had to go on Sunday. Sunday, I got to Sierra Leone in the evening. When everything was pre-arranged, the person that was going to receive me at the airport, usher me into Sierra Leone, and then direct me wherever I go was all scheduled. So you don't have problem. You just have to get your air ticket, then fly to Sierra Leone, and then things will flow just like that. So I got there, and then I was picked by one gentleman, and then we went to the hotel to lodge. Now I had got
Please don't skip the boat experience. A lot of people will tell me that, oh, Dr. Boache didn't tell me I was gonna take any boat or a ferry. So please don't skip that experience.
I see.
So from the airport, what happened?
Okay, from the airport, it happens that the Sierra Leone's airport is on the island, and then so you have to cross a river or some kind of a sea to get to the town itself. And then there are so many safe boats that you can join. There are some boats you sit in, you even feel you hardly feel the wave of the sea. Very safe. You can do whatever you want to do in it. There's no cause to panic because the boat is big and you have so many people on board and very safe and stable. So, and then they are also professional. They look at the weather. If there will be any stormy or rainy, I don't think they will proceed. So you are kind of safe when you are crossing that river. So when I got into Sierra Leone, we went to the hotel and then we rested for the night. The following day, Dr. Boache called me and made sure I was in Sierra Leone. So I confirmed it, yes, I am in Sierra Leone, and then I now have a place to lay my head. So he started coaching and then scheduled a meeting with me. I remember with another lady. And the meeting was basically the probable questions that you are going to meet, and then the consular is likely to ask you. There are tons of questions and then answers to go through. But the consular doesn't have much time for you. As I said earlier on, your fate was going to be decided under 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes, because there are a lot of things that is happening at the embassy. Not only visa interview, some are filing, some are going for their visa approvals and so many things. So they don't have much time for you. And this is also to tell you that if you have any impression to make, you make it under 30 seconds, which tells you how critical the process or the interview is. So I was very much aware that Dr. Boache knows the rudiments of the game. So he wanted us to be very vexed in the process, to be prepared. given the fact that we have only 2 days, and then I myself, I've never encountered such a interview apart from job interviews that I go. This kind of like visa interview, I've never attended some before. And in my life, I traveled to Ivory Coast before. Apart from that, I've never left Ghana for any country. So it was very crucial and critical. Now, on Monday evening, Dr. Wachi called me that, hey, Adolf, I want us to go through this interview questions and then see my level of confidence and then other things. He was going to assess me anyway. Let me put this across. I sincerely wish whoever wants to go for the interview will meet a white man or a white person. When I came to the USA, I understood why you have to be very confident, because even at a casual chat, how they pose the question to you, how they ask you questions, how they answer, how they talk to you, in actual fact, if you don't have confidence, you cannot flow with them. You cannot. So if you get that exposure to a white person, the confidence in the interview will not be a problem to you at all. And so me being naive about this thing was kind of nervous and shaky. And so Dr. Bachi told me and assured me that, hey, we can do it. You just have to master 1 or 2 things. So we started the interview process, the mock interview process. And then as I said, there are so many questions that time will not permit us to discuss here. But there are key questions that we have to master. One is, why are you coming to the university, to the USA? It is very critical question. And when you master that and you're able to answer, it places you in a very comfortable position for the conversation. I'm telling you from experience. And so why are you coming to study in the USA, not in UK, not in Canada, not in even some of the African countries, but USA? You have to make your point very clear and very, very convincing. To me, what I told him was that USA, they are very recognized. I mean, the degrees from the United States are very recognized and respected worldwide. So this one kind of give credit to USA that their kind of education system is unique. It's unique. And I would want to get that certificate, not any other certificate. Apart from that reason, any other reason might be flawed, because apart from that, if you are talking about the course that you are going to do, Africa is doing some, Canada is doing some, UK is also doing some. So that is where I made my point, that I want a degree that is respected and recognized worldwide. And immediately I said that, the consular said, yeah, it's true. I know that it's true. And then so he was convinced with that answer. And so that's the critical question. Why do you want to come to the USA to study? And then in the application process, I know that you'll be asked to forward some documents, like your transcripts, your proficiency in English. There are so many documents, like your certificate, your statement of purpose, and others. When you submit them, the university will take them and then find out who is your sponsor, but they will not find out what your sponsor is doing. I mean, the university, they will not find out what your sponsor is doing, but the consular who will find out what your sponsor is doing. Also, another critical point that you don't want to mess up. You don't mess up at all, because that one will give him the assurance that you will never be a liability in US. People are sleeping on the streets. People are doing so many illegal things in USA. So they want to screen. They want to screen you that going to the United States, you would never be a liability to the US government or something. So they want to get that impression from you that you are coming here to be useful. You are coming here to take care of yourself, acquire the knowledge, and then come back to your country continue whatever you said you were going to acquire the knowledge to come and continue. If it is teaching, come back and then teach. If it is business, come back and then you do your business. So that place too, you have to convince him. And so what I told him was that my father is director of fisheries and aquaculture, concocting all kind of convincing analogy or phenomena to tell him that, hey, I am self-sufficient and I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to USA to make it there. No, I'm going to acquire knowledge and come back to Ghana. And this idea was brought up by Dr. Boache, and I was very grateful to that. In fact, he asked me what my father was doing, and I told him my father is a fisherman. I said, "How, Adam? This is so raw. This is so raw." No, so this is how we are going to put it, and it is actually a holy apple. It's dropped, and then it helped me make my points, and then so you have to be very much aware that one way or the other, he, the consular, is going to ask you about what your sponsor is doing. If you are sponsoring yourself, what are you doing for a living? And how lucrative is your business? And so you have to prepare yourself that if not you and your father or your parents, as I said, you have to prove to them that they are doing something that fetches them. And what I also learned from the process is that they like you to tie whatever work either you are doing or your sponsor is doing to the government of Ghana. It's very, very important. Tie them to them. So when I said my father is the director for fisheries and aquaculture, I tied to the government as under the Ministry of Fisheries. Under the Ministry of Fisheries, like my father is a government worker and the current director of this. So when you tie them, you know that government gives them the kind of security that, oh, if he's working in the government sector, then the government sector has so many rules that you wouldn't want to flaw or violate it. Definitely, you are going to acquire knowledge and then come back to continue. And so this is the important thing that you have to note. Dr. Boache will go through with you so many questions. Why the course that you are going to do? What informed you? How will the course help you in your future career? So many questions. Even to the extent of asking you, why did you choose University of Findlay, not Texas University, not the Murray State, not SPAC or WhatsApp? You see, so you have to get all of them right. And Dr. Boache is very, very, very good to guide you in that. So you have to give very, very good attention to him. I want to stress this point that, hey, it doesn't matter the duration that you have before the interview. Even if it is 24 hours, you can do something. You can ask Dr. Boache my experience. At a point in time, I am not ashamed to say this, but I think I'm rather proud. I was just messing up. In fact, interchanging the arrangement that Dr. Boache has done in terms of answering questions. And Dr. Boache told me that, hey, Adolf, pause. Let me tell you something. Look at your child. Look at your wife. Look at your family. Look at even the money you spent from Ghana to Sierra Leone, getting to 7,000 Ghana cedis for plane, air tickets in and out. Do you want all of them to go down the drain? So when he told me this, it struck me, and then I said, no, I have to sit up. And I was left with less than 24 hours for the interview. And when I was serious and determined, here I am in USA. So don't worry if your date is so near, if your date, just give attention to whatever Dr. Boache is telling you. Dr. Boache and his team, is telling you, obey to the rules and regulations. They are going to do a lot with you. As the saying goes, it's better to prepare harder and meet cheap or small situation than to prepare less and meet a very tough situation. So you have to prepare and prepare very, very, very well. Then go and meet one or two questions and then master them. You are okay to do it. And so, and within that 24 hours, you can do it. I've been able to do it, and then you can also do it. You don't have to worry about it at all. As I said, Dr. Bachu can guide you to that. So this is my experience. So at D-Day, on the interview day, you go to at the hotel that's, for me, the hotel that I lodged, there's a driver who will pick you to the embassy, American embassy. And you have to get there early as possible. Around 8, you should be there. And then you be required to form a line. They will separate you, the females on one side, and then the males at the other side. They will be calling you in 5 batches, and then they will pair you. So 5 females and then 5 males. Then you go into it. They will check you through the security systems and everything, and then prepare you for the interview. So when you go and sit there, it is normal. It is normal that you'll be nervous looking at so many people. This thing happened to me when I was writing my WASI and then BC. I entered the examination room and I saw so many people going to write the same paper I'm going to write. I said, wow. JHS was even worse, BC. You have so many schools from so many areas coming to meet at one place to write. And you'll be asking yourself, hey, all these people, does it mean that I know I am smarter than them? So this kind of things will make you nervous and then scary. It will scare you. But hey, you know what you are going there to do. And you have to see yourself as unique. I was in the queue, and then I prayed that God, this thing, if there is a visa that they should give it to someone, it should be me, because I saw so many people being bounced, being denied the approval of the visa, and I told myself, hey, this one is not going to happen to me. So concentrate, keep calm, be quiet, be calm, be calm. So I have to, talk to myself in the queue, because trust me, when you are in the queue, the kind of things that you see, if you don't take care, can ruin your day for you. Can ruin your day for you. I'm very sad to mention this, that the lady I prepared with, like together with Dr. Boache, she didn't get it, and she preceded me. She was in front of me. So when she was denied, I said, hey, this thing, God help me. God help me. So when you are in the queue, you are going to see so many things that you may not want to see, but you have to be very calm as much as possible. And then you tell yourself that, yes, they are denying them, but in my case, they will never deny me. You just encourage yourself and then go there. This will help you deal with that nervousness, and then I think you have your way through. So when you go to the consular, the first thing you have to do is to gather courage within 2 seconds. Because when you go, by the time you reach him, he had already greeted you. He had already greeted us. When anytime, like the moment he set his eye on you, he greets you. And I think that's what I've seen here. Someone will be walking, a white person will be walking afar from you. But the moment you establish eye contact, he greets you. And so it's their life, it's their culture. But we Africans, we are not like that. So when we are confronted with this, kind of makes us shaky. So I'm telling you that when he sees you, he's going to greet you. He's going to initiate the conversation. He's going to greet you. Make sure you respond to him as confident as possible. And that one will start the conversation. And your response to him, the exchange of pleasantries, will make you calm down. If you do it well, will make you calm down for the rest of the interview process. So you have to be very, very courageous and then confident that day. As I said, he's going to ask you so many questions, and it all depends on how you are going to convince him. No, don't take any question from him for granted. Don't take any question from him for granted. All questions are very important, and they are all important for the decision, whether to approve your visa or not to approve your visa. God so being good, I was able to go through the visa interview process, and I was congratulated and then asked to come the following day to pick my visa. And that was on the 11th of May. We had the interview on the 4th of May. The following week, I got my visa in my passport. Then I had to quickly mobilize, and then, my I-20, on my I-20, I was supposed to report to the university on the 12th of May. I got my visa on the 11th. So it means I have less than 24 hours to come to USA. And that was not possible. So Dr. Boachi also led the way and then made sure everything was possible by securing late arrival letter from the university, telling them that I didn't get my visa early, so they should excuse me some few days, and then I'll be there. And so I had only 3 days to prepare for the USA, and it's very, very, very pleasant experience when you are flying to USA. Yes, I flew to Sierra Leone, but you cannot compare Sierra Leone to you cannot compare the experience to Sierra Leone at all. The plane I bought, I got a ticket from United Airlines, and then I bought it. And United Airlines kind of do transit from Ghana to Washington, and then from Washington to Columbus in Ohio here. And so I got my plane ticket, and then I boarded. I checked in and boarded. When we boarded, we were told we were going to spend 10 hours cruising in the plane. 10 good hours. So assuming you started your journey 6 a.m. in the morning, you are going to get to Washington or your destination at 2 o'clock. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's very, very, very long journey. And I remember our flight took off in the night. So you were in the plane during the night for 10 good hours. When you got to Washington, it was already in the day. And you look at people in the plane with you, it's an experience that you would want to experience. You would want to go through. Flying to USA is a very good experience. Nice one, of course. And the pilots are also very professional. I used to hear this thing. I used to hear from people that, hey, if the plane is landing, hey, that one you have to be praying. You have to be praying because how it will land, blah 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 blah. But they so landed professionally that you hardly even feel the impact of it. I remember when we landed at Washington, it attracted involuntary applause. The moment that the pilot announced that, ladies and gentlemen, we have landed in Washington, then hey, applause, pa, 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 because it was so impactless. It was so impactless. You hardly feel the impact. So landed smoothly, and then we got down. So you don't have to be also scared about the plane. It is as safe. Even the car is even dangerous than the plane. To me, from my experience, the car is so dangerous, especially driving in Ghana. It's so dangerous than even in a plane. So you are covered with that. They are very, very professional. So I landed in Washington, D.C., and then I had to join the connecting flights. My brother, who stayed the ticket for me, said, it is my first time coming to America, so he wouldn't wish me to do the transit within an hour, which is possible. Which is possible. So he said he's going to take the transit 5 hours apart. And so he take it, and then when I got to Washington, I had to wait for 5 hours. When you got there, the Washington airport is so big, so vast that you hardly figure your way out. What helps you is the signages, the signboards that they've posted, coupled with one or two asking. So I was following the signboard, and then it got to a point I was stuck, and I approached. I even thought it's a security. He was in Ghana. You identify as a security, but he was a pilot. I didn't know he was a pilot. So I just approached him. And I asked, hey, where can I get this place? I want to get to this place. How can I go there? I said, oh, follow me. I'm going there too. So I followed, and then we went to where I was going to wait for the connecting flight. He was also there as usual. The cold of the day, he was taking or sipping his coffee, hot coffee. Then they called him, pilot, your plane is in. I say, oh, I was talking to a pilot. I didn't know. I thought he was a security man. So he just went there, just said bye-bye to me, and then went and then flew his plane. So I was there. 1 hour passed, 2 hours passed, 3, 4, 5. Then they announced that our plane has landed, so we should prepare for the boarding. So we boarded, and then we flew to Columbus, which took us approximately 2 hours. In fact, we were a little behind schedule, and but I think the pilot increased the speed small, so we got there on time, about 2 hour flight. And then we got to Columbus. When I went there, I had gotten a hint that when you get to the immigration, the phone that you have could be confiscated, could be taken by the security personnel, and then have your chats gone through both your Facebook and then WhatsApp chat. So what I did was I uninstalled the WhatsApp chat, and then make sure that I secured myself, because I wouldn't even remember if I had chat with someone which might serve as a barrier for me entering into the USA. So I uninstalled it. So when I got there, then I remember that, hey, Dr. Bachi has to come and pick me. Then quickly I installed. So when I was installing, when I was installing the process, then I had a call from Dr. Bachi that they are coming. So I was there, and then he came with a friend and the wife. They picked me up and then brought me to the school. The University of Findlay in Ohio here. So when we came to the Findlay, there were boys that from Ghana, and they are lodging in some apartments. So he first dropped me there, and then asked a certain guy to take care of me for the night, so that I can rest, and then start finding a house or housing the following day. So when I got there, I spent the night there, and in the morning, I was told by the guy that the university had arrangements for international students. So we call the arrangement or the housing welcome house. So when you are a new international student and you arrive, there is actually a house that they would welcome you there, and you have 10 days to spend in the welcome house. So I was taken there, and then I spent the 10 days, the first 10 days of my stay in the USA, I spent in the welcome house. So comfortable and so nice with all the facilities. Even though some of the facilities you share, like the kitchen, you share, the washroom, you also share. But they are so clean, so nicely kept. So I spent the 10 days there. Now, when you are there, when you are there, you are expected to look for accommodation elsewhere within the 10 days. And you here in the USA, accommodation is not a problem, but you have to get some dollars on you before you can secure accommodation. And there are, as I said, Ghanaian community here. There are your friends. You can easily patch them, and you just approach them. Some even I remember where I went. It's a 4-bedroom apartment, and we have 4 people occupying. So it's like they came together and then uh, rented that accommodation, and they are sharing. And it is possible that when you have the money, you can join and then go and rent. Sometimes you can even rent 1-bedroom apartment and then you share. I know a friend who is doing that. He's sharing with another friend, and he has the bedroom, the other friend has the hall, and they live together, and so peacefully and so nice. And that also, is cost effective. US say that you have not started work, so you have to be very, very, very economical in your spending or something. And so the housing is actually not a problem, because when you come to University of Findlay, where I am now, you are sure that the first 10 days you didn't have problem with housing. So after the 10 days, then they'll be asking you to relocate. And we have 2 options. Either you get your apartment outside the campus, or maybe you actually go into the school's houses. In Ghana, we can say hostel, and then hostels, the school hostels or the halls. And so mine, I'm currently occupying one of the school's hall, and then yes, they are not all that expensive. Looking at the facilities in the room, they are not expensive, and the advantage of it is that if you don't have cash in your hands, they can credit it or they can add it to your school fees or the bills, so that when you are paying, you pay all of them together, giving you the peace of mind that you are not expected to pay the money that huge, about $600 cash down. No. So it was option. It was an option that was available, and I decided to choose the school own. And as I'm talking to you now, I'm occupying the school's own, and it has been added to my school fees with the hope that I'll get money to pay anytime sooner. The university has also job for you. When you come, there are jobs that have been reserved for you. And I remember when I am applying, there is an inscription that this job is not for non-students. So it's like they've kind of reserved this job for the students, particularly the international student. And so when you come to the university, what I know of University of Findlay, you have some jobs already. Just that I was not lucky, and then the slots that we have in the university are kind of full. That and then they will open it in August, and so we are still we've put in the application and still waiting for us to be given the job. Anyway, staying in the USA is very fun, and studying here is very, very interesting. You have all your professors. Here they call it professors. Ghana, you call it your lecturers. You have all your professors at your disposal. They are very friendly. They are very calm, understanding, always listening to you. You can email a professor, and then within few hours he gets to you. So nice and so interesting. I remember when I was doing my student onboarding. Onboarding means that they are checking into the school system and then registering the courses for you. And my professor who was coming to teach me, my lecturer, was standing by me, and then we were doing the thing together. And the kind of remarks she was giving, it was very, very encouraging. They are very friendly, and studying here, at least with 1 month experience in attending the classes and everything, what I would say is very, very, very nice and very friendly. They have the state of the arts theaters or lecture halls that in fact you feel very comfortable learning. I remember one of the courses that we are doing, we call it disaster management. They will, any material that they will bring to class for you to understand, they will do it. It makes the thing so fun and so interesting. So studying in USA is not it's not as difficult as in Ghana. I must say it's not as difficult. It's so flexible and so nice. Just that the summer, I think I just learned that this summer program, we are the first people to start in the University of Findlay here. And so we are supposed to use 4 months to do this course. We are using only two months to do it. So they've compressed all the courses into 2 months, and you can imagine the load that they'll be putting on. So you have every day you are busy doing your assignments, busy studying for your quiz and so much. That's in all, it is so fun. You enjoy the environment and you enjoy your studies too. And so this is the little that I would like to say on the whole process. When you want to embark on this journey, I will entreat you to have full confidence and full trust in the top tier. They do good jobs. They do good job. And what I am very, very happy about it is that they will do everything for you. They will do everything for you. So when you get to a point where maybe you have to pay admission fee, you have to pay visa fee, you have to pay one or two things, they'll just contact you that, hey, we've gotten to this level or this stage. You have to come in, give us this money, let us secure this for you, give us this, let us do this for you. That's the only time they are going to involve you. The rest, they will take everything and then they will do at least the experience that I have. I would like to render unqualified apology to Madame Genevieve. I've been worrying her so much. I don't know whether he is part of this meeting. I've been worrying her. And then Dr. Boachi, you helped me thank her so much. I know that there will be a time that I will actually materialize the things that I am saying now. She's wonderful. She's wonderful in all the process. She's very wonderful. Sometimes I will pressure her and then she'll say, Mr. Quincy, this thing I can't do. Let's pray, okay? Let's pray and keep waiting. I remember when my appointment came and then I had to go to Sierra Leone for the interview, he asked me, are you sure you are comfortable? Can you do this? Should we defer the course? In fact, she showed optimum consent to me, and I'm very, very grateful for that, for all she did, her patience. I'll be sometimes I WhatsApp him in the night, and she responds to it. Thank you so much. You did a good job, and then it has had a lifelong impact on my life. I cannot forget this one. And so, top tier is professional. Top tier is trustworthy. Top tier is a company you would trust with the study of abroad journey. So I will entreat everybody listening to me that I never thought I would be in USA. Never. If someone had told me that I'll go to USA, probably if I don't mind her, if I don't mind the person, I would ask how. But here am I, all thanks to top tier. So I would like to end here. I've done about 30 minutes of talk. Now I'll like to end here so that I'll give room for the questions and then discussions. Right. And then, so over to you, Dr. Boachi.
Thank you very much, Casey.
Thanks for your attention too.
No, yeah, thank you all for paying attention. We've been having close to, we had like 100, we have 71 people watching on YouTube. So those on YouTube to Victor will be getting your questions to me, so I can be asking questions for you. Those of you who are live on YouTube, WhatsApp, sorry, I said WhatsApp, Zoom, we will also be giving you the chance to either post your questions or you can unmute yourself to ask. I remember when I dropped Quason on Finley campus, he was just standing around, going round and round. I was like, why? He was like, I'm, I'm surprised I'm here in the US. It's like a dream,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like a dream. Yeah, and I was like, my brother, oh, it's 88 people watching you now on YouTube. So, and I just got a message from one of my colleagues, Agnes from Zimbabwe.
Mhm.
She said the student is such a good presenter. The smile on his face says it all. Um, you know,
Thank you.
I remember when he got to the US, like driving you down with my wife, where you were just looking out, and it was. I remember how you were very calm,
Yeah,
but you were really appreciative, for the whole almost 2 hours drive from Columbus to
Finley.
Columbus, Ohio to Findlay, Ohio.
Mhm, mhm.
So the first question is, what program are you reading?
Okay. Thank you so much. I am reading Masters in Environmental Safety and Health Management. Basically, we environmental specialists are responsible for the safety of the environment. So anything that you do that kind of threaten the environment, we are there to stop you and then give you professional advice or recommendation as to improve. I remember one of my courses that I'm doing, we are doing research on um, any product that you are going to produce. Do you factor environment in it? If you don't factor environment in it, then you are trying to make the environment very, very unfriendly for us. And so here we call it green engineering. Green engineering. Green actually or basically refers to the environment. So if you are manufacturing a plastic, is that plastic environmentally friendly? When you drop it, is it going to decompose so easily? And the decomposition, is it going to harm the person? For instance, there was a news in Ghana that the fishes in the sea has more than, they use a measurement, about more than 10 grams of plastics in it. And we, the human beings, if we are to do laboratory tests right now on plastics, you see that we have plenty microplastics in us through our water, through our the inhalation of the air. And so it's like the environment has been polluted. And so this course is instituted to raise specialists to come to the environment, inspect what we are doing in the environment that is causing harm to the environment, and probably suggest something that will help reduce it. So the green engineering is basically that any product you start, you have idea about it. When you are starting to produce, make sure you factor the environment. Don't produce and then cause environmental pollution and then come back, spend so much money, spend so much time, spend so much effort to address it. Like Ghana, we have so many plastics choked in the gutters. And now the government is assembling recycling plants, contracting Zoom line. You see, this one, they are all unnecessary. If we start planning right from the production, we factor environmental friendliness in it. We will in fact do away with all these things that we are spending unnecessary money and on energy. So this is just one course of the program. So it's basically about making sure the environment is safe. That is the program I'm reading now, environmental safety and health management. It also has a health implication too in it. So for short, this is what I'm reading, the program I'm reading.
Okay, great. So I think we have other people who want to ask you questions. So I'll start with Emmanuel. We come to George, iPhone, Melvin, Cups. Some of the questions I would have to filter them. Some of them, if I have to answer them with my brother here, Adolf, I'll do it. And some of them too, if we have to refer you to speak to me privately, which might be a consultant work, I will let you know this is a consultant work. I will not give you the answer for free. Yeah. So Emmanuel Kangnam, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Emmanuel Kangnam.
Yes, Doc. Good evening to you all. I enjoyed the meeting and everything that's gone on. In fact, I think my friend has spoke a lot and I've learned something from him. I want to ask something about the counselor, the visa officer interview time. So in case your sponsor or your father is a farmer, is it a must you should maybe lie that your father is a minister or is working with the big NGOs or something like that? You shouldn't mention a farming activities. For example, if my father is a cuckoo farmer, he has a lot of cuckoo farms and he's working and getting a lot of money. He also have cattle and other things. So in that case, is it that when you mention that your father is a cuckoo farmer and also rear cattle, does it mean the visa officer will deny you?
Okay, thank you. Doc, can I answer or you want more questions?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Emmanuel, it is simple. It is not about lying. It is about making your point. And it is straightforward. It is about making your point. I didn't shy away from my father being a fisherman, but I kind of modified it, made it presentable. And that is all the secret about it. Make it presentable. Whether your sponsor is granite seller or times seller or whatever, make sure whatever you tell the consular, you give the assurance that your sponsor is well to do. And is going to, this program that I'm doing, in fact, every year you pay about $26,000. You understand? $26,000 as a tuition fee. If your mother is selling $1 now is in let's peg it as 8 cedis in Ghana, multiply it by 26,000, and you see the amount that you are. So if you don't tell him that my father is well to do, my father has this amount or this work that can generate this amount of dollars. They don't understand Ghana cedis, they understand dollars. So if you are able to convince them, or if you are not able to convince them that your father can take care of this one, they have, don't take them for don't assume they are stupid. Sorry for my language. Don't assume they are stupid. They know. University here in the US here, they know the cost of education here. And so you have to make your point. It's not about lying. I just want to stress, but making it presentable. And that's all the secret. I don't know if I have answered you.
Yes. Yeah. I think one thing that I also like to add to this is that, yes, as my brother said, it's about letting them know what you're, because I remember one lady went for an interview. Her mother has chains of chalk bars, okay? Not one, not two, not three, about 8. And the amount of money that her mom generates, her mom's statement, her mom had, close to 100,000 US dollars. But she came to me after she was refused, and I was like, what, why were you refused? So I started asking her the question. I said, who is your sponsor and what does she do for a living, or who is your sponsor? And she said, my mom operates a chop bar. And I said, is that all you said? So this is what Quason is trying to say. Your mom operates a restaurant. Why call it a chop bar? It's a restaurant. Package it, let her know the amount of restaurant your parents got, than just minimizing yourself to the local standard by not letting them know, because there are street shops and street restaurants across here, the US, but the onus lies on you to let them know that yes, you are not going to be a liability on the country. That's what he's saying. They are not stupid. They've also gone to school here. They know that it's not peanuts. They would have granted everyone a visa, but they are there to protect the interests of the United States of America. Yeah. All right, George. George, Emmanuel, I will come back to you if you have any questions, so that everyone can have a chance to ask at least once. George, I see
Hello.
what you. George.
Hi, good evening. Hi,
Good
can you
evening,
hear
George.
me?
Loud
Yeah,
and
we
clear.
can hear you.
Oh,
Good
okay.
evening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Quason, for this insightful conversation this evening. I think I've picked a lot of lessons from it. With professionalism, with top tier two is top notch. I must say it. I'm into the process. I've been scheduled to have my interview on the 13th of October.
Okay.
And I must say the support has been very massive, and I really appreciate that. I'll be coming to Sierra Leone on 13th to have my interview as well.
Thank you.
And you've shared a lot of information. Some at a point I was just nervous. Some too, I was just sitting here smiling and trying to be in your shoes at that particular time. But I know I will definitely come and meet you up over there. So
Sure.
you didn't speak much on your fees. I don't know whether you had a scholarship or how you managed to pay your fees. Was it in bid, or you paid some before you left, or you paid when you got in the US, or what? I didn't get a bit of that from your conversation this evening. So if you can stress on that for us, thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I did mention something about scholarship, but as you said, I didn't delve deeper into it. I'll use myself as an example. I didn't get full scholarship. I think I was awarded few dollars from my tuition as a scholarship, and then meaning the rest I have to pay for myself. And actually so, because you proven to them that your father, who is your sponsor, is well-to-do and will be able to pay your school fees. So here, even though they are not going to ask you to deposit the school fees physically. At least what I know about the university I'm in now, they are not going to. They will just credit to your account and then periodically remind you about it. As I said, this place is also flexible. I remember, I think my brother or a friend of my brother was trying to get admission in Canada, and what they told him was that you are qualified for the school, you are qualified for the program that you have applied for. But for an assurance, before your I-20 and other documents will be released, you have to pay half of the school fees. Whilst in Ghana, not in Canada, you have to pay half of your school fees to give them the assurance that, yeah, you are ready for the course, you are ready for the journey. And so you tell yourself, what if I don't get that school fees? It means they are not going to give you admission. And it is rightly so. The person, my brother or the friend of my brother, didn't get admission because the money was not there. You understand? But here, again, top tier did a very good job. Secured I don't know what conversation. I think Dr. Boache will add a little to it. I don't know what transpired, but what I know is I found myself in University of Finlay, and then we have a payment plan that they are expecting you to pay this at the end of the month, which if you're not comfortable, they are always open for negotiation. So the school fees, my brother, actually is not a problem. With the school that I'm in now, it's not a problem, not the payment. It's not a problem as a hindrance for you to enter into the United States. And I think when you concentrate on entering into the United States, it will do you a very great good than to think of the school fees and then maybe be hesitant in some ways. When you come, duly, you pay your school fees. So rest assured. Dr. Bachi, over to you if you add a little to it.
Yeah, I think that's a very good response. So yes, there's a payment plan. You don't need to pay everything. As part of the process, as part of the application process, we demonstrate to the university that Quason's father is a fisherman. He has the needed fund, he has the required funds to pay. They will subtract the scholarship from it. Also, in the fall semester, when graduate assistantship positions open up, Quason can apply. If he gets them, it comes with a tuition waiver. It can come with 75% off, 50% off, 25% off, or 100% scholarship. These are other opportunities that are there in addition to the scholarship that Quason had. Also, as Quason said, there are opportunities for you to do the payment plan. At the end of the month, if you are still facing challenges, you can still go to them and have renegotiate with them. Again, you don't need to pay anything before you go. And that is some of the key things that we here at Top Tier, we try as much as possible to work with the universities that will give the student the opportunity to set a payment plan. Your parents are businessmen. They have businessmen, the money doesn't stay in their account. It's in and it's out. So when they get the money, okay, in every month, Quason's father can say that I'm putting $2,000 on the side after my business when I've sold all my fishes. I can send him these $2,000 for his upkeep and then to pay his tuition fees. Again, minus the scholarship he got.
Yeah.
If he gets all the scholarships or get a teaching assistant, research assistant, graduate administrative assistant position, depending on how it is, he can get 25% to full scholarship. So that is it, George. Okay, so let me also go to YouTube. You're welcome, George. Please, we are in a line. When it gets to your turn, I'll call you. So please raise your hand up so you can join the queue. Okay, so the YouTube, the question is, please, regarding scholarship, would those who have received admission letter already qualify for such scholarship? I don't know which scholarship you're talking about. But in terms of scholarship, we apply for the scholarship during the application process.
Yeah.
When we are applying for admission, that is when we do apply for scholarships for the student. So that's it. Another one is, to my humble plea, Dr. Boachi, can you have the key transcript from today's meeting with Adolf from the question and counter answers? Adolf, you already sent me those question and answers, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so Patrick Ebo Taylor, yes, I do have the transcript, so you can reach out to me for it. Okay, so 2 questions from there answered. We'll move on to the next. Jay Steven, and then we move on to iPhone, Taylor, Melvin, Franks Bracon. We will move on to you guys when it's your turn. So please, Mustafa as well. Jay Steven, please unmute yourself and ask your question, and then we will ask those in the chat box as well. Those who have deposited your questions there too, or posted your questions, we will answer them. Stephen J, please go ahead.
Good evening, Doc, and good evening, Queen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Smile on your face. Yes, it's making. I want to seize the opportunity to thank Dr. Osu and his team, the Top Tier. In fact, this encounter has been very fruitful and very helping. My question is this, Doc. From what Quason is saying, it looks as if it's rather should be your parents who be sponsoring. Can a brother in US be your sponsor? That's my first question. And then to follow it up, maybe I will discuss this with Doctor at the backstage later on. Thank you.
Okay, so in terms of the sponsorship, when it comes to, yes, if you have an uncle or brother in the US, they will fill out a form. It's called affidavit of support that they have to fill an immigration document stating that they will be taking care of you. Some universities will just say, fill one sheet, which also says sponsorship form, so affidavit of support. You fill the form, and then they will send you the I-20. the amount of money in the bank statement also matters a lot. So let's say the university says you should prove to them, like Quayson, I think he had to prove that his family had about $30-something thousand in his account. Always make sure it's that money times 1.5. The amount of money you are supposed to bring times 1.5. So it is very important that you show or demonstrate to the university, which they will put on the I-20, which also proves to the U.S. immigration officer that you have the needed funds. That is very important.
Okay.
So yes, they can do it.
So
go ahead.
Is this in addition to your personal statement that you'll be forwarding during the application?
Yes, if you have your personal bank statement, if you've had a look at an I-20 has different facets or different umbrellas or different branches. There is the personal statement, scholarship from this university, family funds. So these are the three. And then if they are on-campus jobs, these are the 4 different types of sponsorships. So where is family or company's funds? So if a company is sponsoring you, their name will be there. If it's family member, the name will be there. Other universities will just write family. So that is how it works.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much.
You're welcome. iPhone. Please unmute yourself and ask your question. And also, please, if you haven't joined our Facebook, please join all our social media handles: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Please share as much as possible to join. Our sister, it's also our sister is also Annette is also putting all the links in there. You can join our groups. We put in our groups, when there is someone receives the visa, we share, we congratulate them. We are happy for them. We bless them before they go. Also in our groups, we put all announcements out. For example, those who are going for visa interview, those who are going for flying to the US. So next month, those of you, there are a lot of people that are traveling next month. A lot of people are traveling next month. I need to have pre-departure orientation with you all before you go. Yeah, Chris, now we can see that you're in America. For all of you that are traveling next month, not to Sierra Leone, not to Ivory Coast, those who are going to the US, I need to meet with you. Also, we are on TikTok. Yes, Annette, thank you. We are also on TikTok. So Annette was putting all the links so you can follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, all these 5 different places. You can also join our WhatsApp platforms via the link that Annette has just posted in the chat box so that we can all chat with you. So iPhone, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Either than that, okay. iPhone, go ahead.
All right. Please, my name is Gideon Boati Adam. Thanks for a nice presentation. Please, I want to ask, when going for the interview, I think I've watched series of videos and they are saying, from ex-consulates, they are saying that you don't have to dress to impress them. So I really want to know, as a man, which type of dress would suit for the occasion? Because I was thinking maybe you should be in suit, dress as a professional, somebody going to seek for a job. And they are saying you don't have to put on even clothes or perfume. So which type of dress would it be perfect for somebody going for such an interview? Thank you.
Dr. Wachi, can I answer one?
Go ahead, please.
Okay. I remember I also watched some videos and they were saying that, but hey, you were a student. For me, I was coming for my master's program here, and you've kind of had education from the preschool up to the university, and you tell me you don't know how to kind of dress like a nice gentleman. No, be nice. what I'll tell you is just be nice. You might not know what they'll be looking for. I can't tell you for a fact that my dressing was part of the consideration he did to approve mine. I can't tell you. At the same time, I will not ask you or I will not tell you to take chances. No. Dress comfortably. When I was going, I had my black trousers, my black suits, and then a white shirt in it. You can put on tie. I didn't put tie on. So I think you should also be presentable. And one thing I know about dressing is dressing speaks louder and it speaks about your confidence. So if you dress shabbily, excuse my words, they'll just look at you and it even tells them that you are not confident. You don't know what you are going to do. You don't know where you are now. You don't know your left from right. So be presentable and then let your dressing portray the confidence in you. That is the simple one. Don't listen to people. Dress and then be presentable and look confident in your dressing. Simple.
Great. So my 2 cents that I'll add to this is one of our clients, Caleb, I think he was here when we started. Caleb put on a suit and a tie. As soon as he got there, the visa officer was like, I like your suit.
Wow.
He got a visa. Who knows? Who knows? As they say, action speaks louder than words. His outfit, your first impression counts. That's why Quayson was saying your first 2 seconds, your first 10 seconds, you need to make, you are presentable, you are confident, you have 2 keys that you can strike. Okay, 2 keys. All right. Let me ask Melvin, I'll come to you. Let me answer one question in the chat box and then we will go. Let me scroll all the way to the top, answer the first question that came, and then we can hit. Okay. All right, hold on. So please, I want to ask, how does it take for the process of applying the school visa? What does it? Sandra Chewa, please, can you come again with your question? Are you asking of the time, the duration? Please let me know so he can answer. How much did you pay upon arrival at the university? And was there a payment structure? We've already talked about the payment structure, but Quayson, take this question, please.
Oh, okay. I don't remember I paid anything upon arrival, but it's just a payment structure that we have. And every month they're expecting you to pay something, as agreed upon. Maybe I might not want to disclose what I'm paying now, and it will not even do you any good when I mention what I'm paying now. Who knows? It must even scare you. But what I know is there's a payment plan that you are working against, and there's no hindrance or there's no obstructions for me going to lectures, and it flows. It flows. I remember one of my senior told me that, hey, these people, don't mind them. The only worst thing or the only worst they can do in terms of school fees is to remind you through the email. You understand? I'm just telling you that the system is so flexible that you don't have actually a problem with the payment of school fees. If you are truthful to yourself, it is good for you. If not to, the debt is still there for you to pay. So earlier, the better. If you get some money, why don't you? So this is the little that I can say in attempt to
let me also
question.
add my 2 cents to this. For me, it got to a point I was even paying $50. If I get $50, any money that I got, I'll go there and then take some of the debt off. And at the end of the day, it helped me.
Yeah.
So another Zoom user is asking, please, what if you are asked if you have a relative in the US? I will take this so we can move quickly, Quayson.
Okay.
Relative, let me use my brother as an example. When my brother was applying for his US visa, my brother is currently in the US. We've done a Zoom, we've had a Zoom webinar with him before. He told them, yes, I am there. My mom is also there. My mom is on a green card. I'm also here teaching. He told them the truth, that this is what I'm doing here. So at the end of the day, when he went there, they had to, they checked. So in a nutshell, yes, they knew his brother is there. I've already invited him before. There was no point of him going there to lie. So yeah, and as Adolf said, these people are really smart. So Quason, please, how much is the service fee? And aside the fees and visa fee, what other fees would you have to pay before you leave for the US?
Okay, and
if you remember.
Yes,
I don't know if you do.
I actually have the flyer you sent me here with me. And you know, the reason I'm saying Top Tier is so transparent, so professional is that they inform you ahead of time what you are getting yourself into. And so I don't think it's a problem, and it shouldn't spike any mistrust in you. I was given a flyer. It has it is a 2-column flyer. On the left column are the documents that I will need to apply for the university. And then on the right, I have the application process where if I can read from the flyer, say pay amount of 2,000 as application fees, which they are going to use to apply for more than one school. And in my case, they applied for 3 universities and I had admission in 2 of them. And then we have a visa fee. I think for the US, you pay $160 and then $160 and then $350. They are all to the not to Top Tier, but to the US people. One to the immigration, and then one as a service. The
Visa fee.
Visa fee, and then the last one is the agent fee. That's after you are successful in your interview and you got your visa approved, you pay, which is 2,000. I don't know whether they are going to review it or it remains the same.
Everybody's the same. You should review it because it's too small.
It's not small. Okay, so I think there's a couple of, and then that I don't think there's any hidden charges. And if there's hidden charges, as it comes, they will explain to you and give you the option. If you like it, you take it. If you don't like it, why not? They are not going to force you anyway. They just want you to be successful, and that's all their aim. So whatever that makes you successful is what they are pursuing. So this is what I will have to say.
All right, Melvin, please ask your question and we go to Prince Braco. Next person will be Prince Braco. So Prince, get your question ready as we deal with Melvin. Melvin, please ask your question.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Is that Melvin?
Yeah.
All right, Melvin, ask your question.
This and ask what to get this kind of more talent. What's a scholarship into
All right, Melvin, please, can you type your question and put it in the chat box, please? The line is really breaking. Prince, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Doc. I'm really motivated by Quason's experience and everything. But my question is just simple. With regards to the income from the parents or the sponsor, are you going to mention it in the Ghanaian cedis or dollars or the Sierra Leone currency? That's all I want to know.
I don't think they really need that. They are not going to ask you. What they are going to ask you is, who is your sponsor and what does your sponsor do? They are not going to expect you to be mentioning that fat figures in their ears. So you don't need to worry about it. Just verse yourself and make sure you convince them about what your sponsor is doing and who your sponsor is. So, Doc.
All right, so let's go to YouTube. Okay, so if you receive admission, but currently your I-20 is not in, we are working on it. As Quason told you, he also went through the same thing. We were waiting for his I-20 to come before he can even go for his visa interview. So we made sure we got everything sorted out before he went. So that is something that we are working on. We will be working hand in hand with the school. So Stella Yabua, how many minutes did you spend at the interview room? So you can break it down, the interview room, and also as part of your interview process. How many minutes did you spend?
Okay, so I remember we got from the hotel and then got to the embassy at 8 o'clock and left around probably 1:30 to 2, if my memory will serve me right. So, this is the time. But breaking it down, when you get to the embassy at 8 o'clock, what you do is, as I said, I mentioned earlier, they will group you and then try to separate you by gender. So the female on the left, then the male on the right, they'll pair you 5 from each, and then you enter. They will do their security checks and everything. You will join the queue outside, and then they'll be calling you inside gradually or one by one. So when you get to the room, depending on those who are going for the interview, that will determine your time. But when you get to the teller or the consular, my brother, you will not spend 3 minutes there. If you spend more than 3 minutes, there is a problem. And there are so many things they would want to verify before you leave the teller. So you will never exceed 2.5 minutes. You will never. So I think that is it. Yeah.
All right. So the other question from YouTube, particular document we have to carry to the consulate aside the passport.
Okay. It is better you organize yourself and then go. So all the documents that you are using as an evidence, you can carry it. But the most important document is your DS-160. If you don't know, Dr. Boachi will guide you through, and then maybe he will educate you on that. That's your DS-160. You have to get your I-20. That is why if you don't get your I-20, you can never attend the interview, because that is what the consular is going to use sometimes to ask questions about your sponsor, because it is stated on the I-20. So you shouldn't forget your visa payment receipts. You shouldn't forget your DS-160 documents, which will have your picture on the front page. You shouldn't forget your I-20, and you shouldn't forget your passport. These are 4 critical documents that, in fact, you are not going to hold them or you are not going to keep them. You actually pass it to the consular. The rest of the documents, the consular, it is in the honors of the consular to decide whether he will take your sponsor's bank statements or any letter that you are telling them that maybe, especially for me, I told them I was working with the GES and I have my study leave letter here if the consular wants to see. And he told me, no, I don't need it. The bank statement, my father's bank statement or my sponsor's bank statement, he told me he did it. And this is one of the keys that you should also know. You shouldn't forget, if you are saying something and then you have the evidence with you, prompt the consular that if the consular would want to see, you have it here and you are ready to turn in. It is very key, and it tells the consular that you are telling the truth, even though you might be lying. It tells the consular that you are telling the truth. And I made 2 requests that whether I should give them the document. And all the 2 requests, he declined. He said, oh no, I'm okay, I trust you. You understand? So you can take so many documents with you, depending on the plans that you have in your head, but don't skip the 4: your passport, your I-20, your DS-160, and then your visa fee receipt. The visa fee receipt is their money, and they have to make sure that they are not talking in vain. At the end of the day, they have to get paid. So if you don't present the visa fee receipt, it's like you have not paid for the services that they are rendering. And they are very critical about it. So there are 4 critical documents aside any other relevant document that you would want to carry into the interview room. So that is it. Hello, Doc, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here. All right. So we move on to Major. Major HR Plus.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I would like to know this. I'm in Ghana and I will have to go for the visa. Visa interview in Sierra Leone or another country. Would they look out for diction? Would the different country diction or something? Will it affect the process? I don't know if you're getting me.
Yeah. Okay, Major. They already understand. They are already in an international country. Probably the country they are in is not their country. I remember the consular, I saw him, was a white. And definitely Sierra Leone is not his country. So he's expecting to hear different accents. You understand? You have to, as a way of speaking out of confidence, talk to him in a manner that he will hear whatever. One thing I also noticed at the interview room is that don't give them the chance to ask, is that what? Can you repeat it again? What are you saying? Sorry? No, don't give them the chance. Don't give them the chance. You'll be putting on a face mask, and it is good and it is also bad. The bad side is that if you don't take care, they are going to be shouting, can you say it again? Don't give them that chance. Speak loud as much as possible and make sure, don't try to slang, just flow and then they will hear you. Just flow. If slanging is not if you are not good in that, just speak the Ghanaian tone, the Ghanaian accent. I spoke the Ghanaian accent and then they heard me. But the only thing is that speak clearly, speak loudly, and don't give them the chance to, ask you to go over. What they have, the teller, the glass that they have separating you is a bulletproof and kind of soundproof, semi-soundproof. So if you don't speak loud, they are not going to hear you. And if they don't hear you, they are not going to know, they are not going to be convinced about what you are saying. And that way is gradually leading to your passport being declined. So speak as loud as possible. Don't think about the intonation or the accent. Speak as loud as possible. Make sure he hears what you are saying. And I think you'll be good to go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Joy is asking you, did you take any COVID test at the airport when you were traveling to Sierra Leone?
When I was traveling to Sierra Leone, no, because I had already the vaccination card with me. So I didn't need to take any COVID test. But when you are returning from Sierra Leone, funny enough, Ghana expects you to present negative PCR tests before you are you arrive in Ghana. So Ghana will force you to do it. So when you are leaving Sierra Leone, you would be required to do the PCR test.
All right. Mimi, go ahead, please. Mimi.
Hi, Ado.
Mimi, please.
My name is Jemima. I have three questions. My first question is that is the visa interview in Ghana different?
Hello, Mimi. It's different as in what?
Going to another country? Why you are not going for the interview in Ghana and are going for it in another country? You also made mention about when you get to the.
Mimi, please unmute yourself because two people are muted themselves. That's why. Mimi, unmute yourself.
Okay, I've unmuted myself. Okay, so I'll start my question again. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, so my first question is that is the visa interview in Ghana different from the one you're going for in a different country? And then also, will they ask you a question about why you're not going for it in your like your own country and you're going for the interview in another neighboring country? And you also made mention about when you get to the US, the immigration could go through your phone, and so you had to delete some of your apps. So how true is that? So these are my questions.
The last question.
You made mention of the fact that when you get to the
Uninstalling your WhatsApp,
immigration,
yeah.
yes, uninstalling some apps on your phone to prevent you being denied access into the country. Yes, that's my last question.
Yeah, this is a statement. That, like, what do you want to know about that?
How true is that?
Oh, okay. All right. The first question is visa interview in Ghana different from other countries? I was so lucky and gracefully, Sierra Leone was my first encounter. So I can't be in a position to tell you that visa interview in different countries are different. I only know of Sierra Leone, unfortunately, and I believe doctor gets feedback from all the interview attendees that they attend in different countries, and he will be in a better position to answer that question for you. I'm sorry. The second question is why not Ghana? Yes, when we were going for the interview, they were asking, people were saying rumors upon rumors that when they go, they will try to ask you, why didn't you attend interview in Ghana? US Embassy, when I came here, one thing I realized about US is they are kind of very consistent in data. Very, very consistent. Very consistent. One piece of information leads to several of them. Leads to several. So they in the other different country, be it Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, Gambia, wherever, they know Ghana doesn't have interview date until 2025. So it will be kind of out of scope to ask that question, that why didn't you apply in Ghana? And it will just, they'll just be sharing their ignorance, that you say you are a consular and you don't know what is happening even in your country or anything, something pertaining to you. So I don't think, I was not asked this question, and I don't think they will ask you. But in case they ask you, you don't have to lie. What you have to tell them is that Ghana has interview. Ghana will not have any interview date until 2025, and it is not harmful. So the school has given you have the I-20, which means the school is expecting you. So by all means, you have to get a visa, and then by doing so, I have to get it elsewhere, and I happen to come here. So I don't think you should lie on this thing. You have to point to them that this is what. Sometimes they'll be asking you just to test you that did you do a little exploring? And so when it comes, you answer them that Ghana doesn't have any date until 2025. The chats that I deleted and then uninstalled some of my apps, I can't also ascertain the truth of it because I was not asked. I was not. My phone was not taken by any security person. I just wanted to not to take any chance. Sierra Leone, a journey to Sierra Leone is hard enough for me to take chances. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Maybe sometimes you share deeper insight into it, and it is not easy. It is not easy. I only got my last sigh when I got to the land of USA. The whole process from the interview and is so tension based that I don't want to take chances. So I know WhatsApp takes about 1 minute to be installed, and I've been backing up my messages, so I will not lose them anyway. So if I uninstall, it will not do me any harm than to leave it on my phone and then coincidentally security will pick and then find out. Sorry, I will be very, 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 very disappointed in myself. So I didn't want to take any chance. So it's up to you. If you want to take chance, fine. If you don't want to take chance, so you can do as I did.
Okay. All right. So let me read one of the questions on YouTube. So those who should be studying the US by August, are there interviewing dates available for them? We are working on emergency appointment for those going for visa interviews in who are supposed to start school in August. So for Ibuachi Kwame, we are working on that. Please, if it's your sister's friend who is sponsoring you, can that be reviewed? And will they ask personal staff costs? You might not know if she is on green card or is employed. All right, Tian, you should know the person's status. Sometimes if the person is in the US, they start asking you questions about the person. You should know. If the person has family, you should know. And that's what I'm saying. You need to be truthful because they have the information even more than the person. I remember someone was telling me that he went for an immigration interview, a visa interview, and he didn't talk to them that, oh, my brother, my mom is here, my dad is here. But as soon as she got there, she put her fingerprint on. The first question is, your parents have been in the US for over 20 years. Why have they not filed for you? Your father has been a citizen for over 5 years. Why has he not filed for you? So please make sure if it's your sister's friend, how will your sister's friend even sponsor you? Good evening. Please, for those who are, okay, my question, when? So those of you who are asking questions pertaining to the visa interview, although Quayson will be asking them, please, if you want me to coach you, or if you want me to help you with the question and answers, I'm more than willing to help and guide you. Let me use that word. If you want me to guide you through the interview process, I'm more than willing to guide you so that you can go there and speak truthfully and true to what you are going to do in the US, so they will understand that you are going there to do this program, and that is the main reason. There is no other ulterior motive than you being a student, and all that you're looking for is the genuine opportunity to go there. Like our brother here, Adolf, had the opportunity. He's gone to Finley. He's in Ohio. He's now a student. So if that is what you want me to do, I'll charge you a small fee, and then I'll help you out. Okay, Opoku Samuel, you need to know their job and everything. So, reach out to me, and then I'll see how I can be of help. Emmanuel Ba, please unmute yourself. And then the next question, I have 21 questions here, but guys, we have 10 minutes and then we are out. 10 minutes. So Emmanuel, please ask your question. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My question is with regards to the living expenses on the I-20. Are you expected to pay that living expenses, or is just the tuition fee that you're expected to pay? Please, I'm done.
Doc, are you answering? Hello.
Can you please answer that question?
Okay, so what I know is they are interested in the tuition fee, and that's what goes to them. They are kind of giving you fair idea that when you are going to the USA, definitely you are going to be buying, you are going to be spending money. So they will add that for you to know that, hey, we are talking about this amount. So let me see if my sponsor can cover me that. If he cannot cover me, then I know what to do. So what they are interested in now is your tuition fee. You know, the tuition fee, you see, the living expenses is an estimate of what we are the amount we are coming to spend here, which can include buying of materials for your studies. If you don't have computer, they expect you to get one. If you don't have book, they expect you to get one and others. So it's actually an estimate. But when you come to the school, they are interested in their tuition fee. That's what I know for now.
Yes, and also on the I-20, you see that they put on there on top estimated fees. It's not something that is so if it's an estimate that okay, if you are going to this particular neighborhood, this is the average cost of apartment, food, everything. So in terms of your estimated living expenses, this is the average that is strike. For example, myself, I wasn't going to stay in any fancy place. All that I needed was somewhere to put my big head and my six packs and somewhere to get something to eat. So that's all that I needed. All right. God knows Auku, someone who has been following us for a long time. So God knows, please unmute yourself and ask your question. We have 7 minutes to go. If you are not able to answer your question, please, you can reach out to me, send me a text. Annette will put my number in the chat box. You can reach out to me. Again, Annette will put my number in the chat box, and then you can reach out to me for a private section. Again, it's not free, just so you know. Yeah, good evening, God knows.
The account summary that you have to send before your I-20 form will be released. Will it be a dollar account or to just be CD account?
It can be any, it can even be Rwandan dollars. It can be anything, just name any currency.
Okay, thank you. My next question to ask you offline.
Okay, thank you, God knows. iPhone, another iPhone. Another iPhone. Going one, going two, iPhone, you can unmute to ask your question. Going two again, going three. Mark Joe Akins.
Yes, sir. Good evening, doctor.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
evening, Mr. Quayson.
Good evening.
Okay. Currently working. Thanks for the great delivery. I'm really enthused. Currently, what is my mind? State. Blowing my mind. Thank you very much for a nice delivery. I'm with GES. Currently, I know that they don't offer steady leave to steady masters. I want to ask you also during the you talked about you had your steady leave. So I was a little bit surprised at how you were able to secure your steady leave for masters. This is what I want to know: how you were able to secure your steady leave for masters? Because I know steady leave is for studying undergraduate courses with GES.
Okay, as I said, I use this as an example that when you send a document and you are talking about the document to the counselor, you mention that, oh, I have this document with me after you've talked about it. So I was using teaching as an example that I work with the GES and I have my study leave here. It's the same way I told him that I am married with this and I have the certificate of my children and then the marriage certificate here if you would want to see them. Okay, so as for securing the what's called the steady leave or something, I think you can contact a doc. He can help you out with it. But I used it as an example to tell the person that what I'm saying is not just lying. I have the document to prove, and that's basically what I was doing.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Gabriel, please ask your question. We have 3 minutes. Gabriel, and then we'll go to Juliet to say, and Chris if we get time. But exactly
Doc, good
8 p.m.
evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, my question has to do with the visas. I was going through your Facebook page, the ones you've posted there. I can see some got 2 years, some got 3 years, some got 4 years. What went into the duration that others are different from the others? And the other two is, you see, master, sometimes you can take 3 years. So what if you were given 2 years and now you are taking 3 years to do it? Would you have to come to Ghana and seek a visa extension or what?
Okay, so quick. The duration of your studies accounts to the duration of the visa that you'll be given. One, sometimes they'll give you the extra year for OPT. Some of the programs they anticipate that it will go beyond the 2 years. For example, students who are going to pursue computer information systems and business analytics, most of them also get 3 years. If you interview in Ivory Coast, sometimes also based on the jurisdiction of the consulate. Ivory Coast, those of my colleagues who interviewed, those of my clients who interviewed in Ivory Coast, all of them got 4 years. All of them got 4 years.
Okay.
Those who interviewed in Sierra Leone, duration of the program, 2, 3 to 4 years. If the program is 3 years, they'll give you 4 years. If it's 2 years, they'll give you 3 years. Some of the programs too is 1.5, they'll give you exactly 2 years. If your program is 2 years and then it transcends beyond that, a new I-20 will be issued to the school. The visa is not as important as your I-20. You can have your visa, but if your I-20 is canceled, your 5-year visa, 4 years visa is nothing. It's just a waste.
Okay, Doc. That answers it.
Juliet, and let's go. Juliet, and let's go. Juliet, last question. Juliet 1. Juliet say 2. Juliet say 3. Chris Edwin, unmute yourself. Let's go. Last question for the day.
Hello, good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Doc, my question is, my program, I think I have to report to the school on 10th August, which is next 2 months. But after now, where I paid my visa fee, which is the Gambia, there are still no data available for my visa interview. And I had a call from top tier that Sierra Leone and Cote d'Ivoire, I think I can have my interview there. But I don't know if I'm supposed to get a date far from my reporting date. I think they told me I can get a date around October. So if I'm to get a date around October, which means I can report on 10th of August. So that means, do I need to defer my program to next semester? And do I need to have a new I-20, or what do I have to do next? That's my question.
Very good question. So what you need to do is this. You need to make sure that you have, how do you call it? You have your account transferred to a different jurisdiction. We had others who paid in Liberia, but unfortunately, there was an issue there. They had to transfer to either Ivory Coast or Sierra Leone. So you have to transfer to any of these neighboring countries. That would be my best answer for you. and then we will apply for an emergency appointment. With your I-20 and your service fee, we will apply for emergency appointment. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry we cannot go through over 20 something questions. A lot of people have questions to ask.
I was asking a question, but I didn't ask my question.
Right now we are bent on time. We have other students who are also in Sierra Leone who are interviewing this week. We need to hold a session for them. Please reach out to me tomorrow, and then I'll answer all your questions. My number is in the chat box, and I need to really go. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could stay for long, but Adolf also has to go do his homework. So please reach out to me. Even if it's text message, leave me a text message as soon as I'm done. I will definitely get back to you. But guys, let's thank Mr. Quayson so much for taking his time to answer all these questions.
Mr. Wachi, please place your number in the group so that we can chat you on WhatsApp.
Okay. So my number is Annette has already posted it, but I'm also posting it again to everyone. Everyone in the meeting room will get my number right now. Please, you can send me a text, and then if you want me to help you with visa interviewing, help you with a one-on-one question and answers, I'm more than willing to do it. Help you so that you can also be successful. Please, if you have any questions or concerns. But thank you, Quayson, Mr. Quayson. We truly appreciate you. And I see that a lot of people are putting in the chat box. Thank you, Mr. Quayson. Hello from Elmina. Joe Akins. I don't know if you know him.
I don't.
No, you don't. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. God bless you all. And we shall meet again next week. We are going to bring you another one. Next week, someone who interviewed from Ivory Coast, so we'll share his experience with you guys. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Okay.
What do you have to say to them, Mr. Quayson?
Okay, what I would say to them is that definitely this journey is money journey. It involves some kind of money. What I would entreat them to do is never send their mind to the money that is involved, and by just be motivated that I want to go to the USA and then study there, and that thing that should encourage you to bypass all the what is called the barriers. Don't let anything, including maybe you might be hearing some rumors that top tier is not good for you, top tier they are not professional or something. But I think if you are bent and determined, you go through all the all the obstacles. I know top tier is trustworthy and they can help you achieve your goal in this regard. And remain calm and then take serious anything that they ask you to do. And if I'm able to do, I wish one day I will share a whole background of me and to inspire you that if I'm able to do it and then come to USA, you are far better to do it than even I did. And so be encouraged and then don't relent, go forward, go for it, and you can get it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And guys, good night and God bless you, Quayson. All the best in your academic pursuits.
Thank you.
Bye.